Before we get into today's video, I do want to let you guys know that this video is for educational purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance in hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope you all have had a wonderful weekend. I hope everybody is doing well. We are back at it with another video. I have some updates to go over with you guys. Now, I'm going to start off this video a bit what I would consider like slow. I'm going to talk to you guys about Kaylee's family, some things that have come out, some things that have been said, and then I'm going to get all the way to the end with new evidence that's come out. Holy moly. Bryan's defense and stuff like that. So make sure you guys stay all the way to the end so you don't miss that part. So before we get into this video though, I do want to let you guys know, if you don't know, hi, my name is Christina. I do have a second channel, which is Casually Christina. It's very casual over there, like very casual, like not consistent or anything, but it's a good time if you want to come over and join. I also have a Patreon. My Patreon is for 18 and up. Over there, we talk about more personal story times. We go live over there. It's a good time if you're 18 and up and you'd like to join. We also have a $2 tier over there where all the true crime stuff that can't go onto YouTube due to their terms and policies, it goes over there. So if you guys want to join and be a part of that, that would be cool. I also have a Snapchat as well as a Facebook and an Instagram, and those are always linked down in the description box if you'd like to come and check me out. Okay, so let's just start right off. If you guys are not all caught up with the four Idaho students, Kaylee, Ethan, Xana, and Maddie, along with the man that has been arrested, Bryan, the whole situation, I have a whole playlist you can go get caught up, but otherwise we're just going to jump right into it. So I want to talk briefly about Kaylee's family and about how they were pretty much the only ones speaking to the media. We did see other families speak to the media briefly. I seen Ethan's family come out and speak about him being a triplet. But for the most part, it was Kaylee's family, Kaylee's family, Kaylee's family. We always seen the father. And I'm going to tell you guys, I connected to Kaylee's family for sure and her father, because I feel like I would have been the same way.
Look me in his eyes. I have no doubt he's working as hard as he can. But somebody isn't communicating. There's nothing being released. It seems like they're trying to suppress the story. We want to put rewards out. They're like, don't do that. Yeah, I get it. Your town doesn't want to have reward posters posted all over when you come and you do your rush. You're not going to get a lot of students if they see those things. But this community is not going to heal until this guy's pulled off the streets. It ain't going to happen. Think it through. It's not going to happen. He has to be off the streets. We all are working for the same thing. And let's not all forget the two very important cases we've seen recently, which was the Gabby Petito situation, as well as the Kylie Rodney situation, where all of us sat back and watched in horror as what we believe to be professionals dropping the ball, dropping the ball, dropping the ball, dropping the ball. Like, how did they not find Kylie's car? They were right over it, okay? How did they not see Bryan Laundrie walk right at the house, past the police, past the undercover cops, past the cameras? I still got questions about that, okay? I'm still wondering if the rumors are true, but I could understand why Kaylee's father was like, okay, this ain't working. Like, I need to get in there and get my hands dirty and figure this out for myself. So we all remember that. Well, now he's come out, of course, and he has, you know, said that he was thankful for them and that he told them, prove me wrong. And he said they did prove him wrong, which I think is super admirable that he said that. But also at the same time, I don't think anything he did or said was wrong.
But these guys, there's no perfect way to do this. And these officers they just did an amazing job. And I was hard on them, and I'll come out and say that I owe them all the gratitude in the world, and I've always supported the police. But these guys did an amazing job. They need more credit than they had. I mean, people think Idaho is so old-fashioned and out back, but these guys, they hit a home run, man. That affidavit is impressive. And I'm glad to be wrong. I wanted to be wrong. And I told them to their face. I looked them in their eyes and said, prove me wrong. And all is forgiven. And here we are, and all is forgiven.
Before we go any further, I did want to stop and thank today's sponsor, Casetify. I have been using Casetify cases for years now. You guys have probably seen them in some of my selfies. You can see the well-known Casetify ring around my camera in my selfies for years. Casetify cases are actually made of 65% recycled and plant-based material, and they're partially made from old recycled phone cases. And as of 2021, Casetify has collected and recycled over 51,000 old phone cases. Casetify has a huge variety of different cases that you can choose from. You can even customize your own case and get very personal with it. Now, when I got my Casetify cases, I was most excited about the one with the puppy dog prints on them. And not only is it cute, but this is the bounce case, which offers the most protection, and it's the most requested case ever. And your phone would even be protected up to a 21-foot drop. But then when I got my cases, believe it or not, I became obsessed with just the plain, clear case. Now, this design is created with precision because it is the slimmest case in the collection, but it has also exceeded military grade standards and supports up to a 6.5-foot drop protection. And with Casetify's UV Defender Tech, these cases are optimized to prevent yellowing, and they allow our clear cases to achieve long-lasting clarity. If you want to try Casetify, all you got to do is go to casetify.com/Christina Randall, and you can save 15% today. Thanks again, Casetify. This is what I want to talk to y'all about. I heard Kaylee's father say if he would have known what a tenth of the information was that was in the probable cause affidavit, that he would not have been as nervous and upset as he was. And so it got me to thinking, like, wow, should the investigators have let him know maybe a little bit more to ease his pain? And then I thought about it and I thought, no, they should not have. And I know that that sounds a little like, dang, like maybe he should have, he was already in a lot of pain, but it was maybe for the better or the greater good, because I'm actually wondering if the FBI and all of these organizations that were working towards this saw them talking to the media and allowed that to go on as a strategy. Because if you guys remember, that is where the cold case rumor started. We all started wondering, is this gonna go cold? They don't have a suspect, which of course the chief came out and said they didn't have a suspect at the time. But Kaylee's parents doing all of these interviews and constantly talking about the cops, they don't have a suspect, they're not telling him anything, they're afraid the case is gonna go cold. If Bryan is the guy, and I'm going to speak like Bryan is the guy since he is the one that's been arrested, but I just want to remind you guys, he has not been convicted yet. Go do your own research, form your own opinions. Just don't show hate to anybody anywhere. If Bryan is the guy, I believe everything in me. He was watching all those interviews and he was thinking he was going to get away with it. I don't think Bryan started thinking they were on his trail until he got pulled over twice in Indiana on the way home. And let me tell you why. And this is so good. When I heard this, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So they had Bryan on their radar since the end of November, but they did not say anything. They did not even come out with the fact that they were looking for this white Elantra until the first week of December. And then the second week of December is when he drove to Pennsylvania with his father, and then he got pulled over twice. Now, it is alleged that Bryan's parents spoke to Bryan's defense attorney when he was in Pennsylvania, okay, that defense attorney that was there, and that defense attorney spoke to the media and said that Bryan's parents, everybody thought it was strange. He got pulled over twice in the same hour in Indiana. So if it was on his parents' radar that something weird was going on, you know Bryan thought, oh my gosh, they may be on my trail. So they were following him for 4 days while he was there, and they were surveilling him, and he did or didn't know it. They saw Bryan do a deep clean on that white Elantra. They said this was not no regular wash your car. It was a deep clean. And then, get this, you guys. They saw him come out of his parents' house at around 4 a.m. I mean, he sure does like to be awake at 4 a.m. At 4 a.m., dressed in all black, with surgical gloves on, and went to the neighbor's house and disposed of trash in multiple different neighbors' trash cans.
He did a deep, deep clean of the car, of the Elantra that you see right there.
Also, some of the same reporting saying that he was observed at that home of his parents outside wearing surgical gloves. And I think the specifics is that he was taking his trash out wearing surgical gloves. What more do you know about that?
Surgical gloves, Ashley. I mean, why would he be wearing surgical gloves outside his parents' house? Very, very strange. Taking the trash out. Apparently took the trash to the neighbor's trash can. Did not put it in his parents' trash can. Took it to the neighbor's trash can. I was in that neighborhood earlier this week. Each lot, I would say, is at least 3/4 of an acre to an acre. So to take the trash to the neighbors, it's not like it would be right next door. You'd have to walk a little bit to get to the neighbor's trash can. And then it was that trash, according to reports, that the agents later went through, got an item out of the trash. That's what they tested the DNA against, where it came up with Kohberger's dad's DNA.
And allegedly, some of the neighbors saw this too. I don't know if they saw it on their cameras. I mean, that looks like an area where people probably have Ring doorbells or cameras and stuff like that. But what makes that even more interesting to me is their homes are so spread out in Pennsylvania where Bryan's parents live. It's not like, you know, there were multiple trash cans put together and one was full, so he stuck it in the other. He had to walk around dressed in all black with surgical gloves on to dispose of trash. Now, this sounds like a home run. It sounds good, but we still never know. Like, I wonder, what if Bryan took stupid random trash and did that because he knew they were watching him? That way, he knew they would find nothing. That way, later, if he got arrested, he could use that to cause reasonable doubt that he does weird things like that. Maybe he has a weird tic, like going out in the middle of the night, or, you know, he's OCD, so he doesn't like his own trash can to get dirty. And that's why he was out at those hours. It's going to be interesting what they found in the trash. But still, even though to us, all of this seems good, the defense is working right now to tear it apart. Before Bryan even got back to Idaho, I saw plenty of articles that showed that his new defense team, and again, he already, before he even got back there, had a defense team of 5 people, had hired a private investigative team to go to the house, take pictures and videos. I'm thinking, like, he already has a defense of 5 people and they hired. This is a state-appointed attorney. But then again, look at the Casey Anthony situation. I know y'all are tired of me saying this, but I'm going to tell y'all, just like I told my own family, that case has forever scarred me. We don't even want to get into the O.J. Simpson. And they still were able to make reasonable doubt. So we should not get comfortable. Now, something else that Kaylee's parents said that really changed my viewpoint, and I don't know why I hadn't thought about this, you guys. So Kaylee's father was asked by an interviewer about his life now and his new normal.
First and foremost, how's everybody doing?
It's hard to get a grasp. Today we have a basketball game to go to. My youngest daughter will be playing basketball today, so after I'm done with this, we'll be in a gym and cheering her on and hoping that they win another game.
What is normal now? Where is your head and heart in terms of how you process how to feel?
I don't know what normal is. We're trying to figure that out. Me, my wife, and the children. You know, we just try to do the normal things, go to dinner and, you know, have some time, spend together, play some board games, just do things that, you know, Kaylee loved when she was here. And we're a big family, so we enjoy our company, and there's usually 2 or 3 friends spend the night. So we just try to stay busy. I think it's hardest when you have idle time in mind. That's when it it starts hitting you the worst.
So if you heard what he said about going to one of his other children's basketball games, I thought, think about going through all of this. Think about losing your child, first of all. The horrendous way, it being so public, the desperation of wanting justice to be served, but knowing that you have no control over it at all. It is all in the hands of strangers. Strangers have complete control over how this ends for your child, who you gave your everything to, your whole life, your world, every memory, every moment that counts. And your other children lost their siblings, but also the fact that you have to continue to try to live somewhat of a normal life for your other children so they're not even more hurt than they already are, like going to a basketball game and cheering them on. I can't imagine how painful that's got to be. And I guess I just never really thought about families that go through this, that have other kids, that they have to try to keep their life somewhat going. Like that was really sad to hear. And I do hope that they do find their new normal and they're okay. I know that they'll never completely get over it, but hopefully they can go on and still live a good life at some point, because that is what Kaylee and the other students would want for their families. And then also with that, I was watching an interview with Ashley Banfield, who I absolutely adore. Ashley Banfield and Bryan and all of them, they just seem to be so wonderful. She told Kaylee's dad that she would love to connect him to Joe Petito, which was Gabby Petito's father. And he said that he would love that. He said he would love to be able to talk to somebody that had been through something similar. And you guys, I was making my bed listening to it, and I truly almost started crying, because I'm thinking about, like, here's a man that's hurting and he's saying on national TV, you know, like, yes, like I need that basically. I need a friend that can understand. So I just thought that that was so sweet. Okay, next thing is, it has come out from multiple reputable news sources that allegedly somebody that's in the jail with Bryan asked him two questions. The first question they asked him was, why did you do it? And he said, I didn't do it. And the second question they asked him was, why were you in Idaho so much? Why did your phone ping there? And he said, the shopping is better in Idaho. Now, I did see some news media outlets saying that they thought that that was a snarky comment, but I actually don't think it was a snarky comment. I think it was a strategic comment. And let me tell you why. In the affidavit, it talks about them surveilling and seeing him pulling up to a store in the white Elantra, the grocery store, going in, shopping, coming back out. And before this was even, any of this was even said, I told my husband, I said, I bet you he's going to stores in that area. That way he can use that as a reason why he was seen in that area, or he's pinging in that area. He's trying to play ahead. Okay. I know a lot of y'all think that he was dumb and that he's stupid. And in my opinion, he did make mistakes, but he's not convicted yet. He's not convicted just yet. And so when I heard that he said that the shopping is better in Idaho, I thought that's exactly what he's going to do. Because even if he was stalking them, all he needed to do was go to a couple stores in the surrounding areas, maybe even make a friend down the street with them. Shoot, even become a DoorDash delivery driver on the side. I mean, so he would have a reason to create reasonable doubt. So, and also when we went and visited our son in Spokane, Washington, we had to go shopping in Idaho. Like, we had to go shopping in Coeur d'Alene, I believe it is. Shout out to everybody in Coeur d'Alene. It's freaking beautiful up there. Washington is stunning too. It's next level on the mountains. Like, it's totally beautiful. If you ever get a chance to go. But in Washington, that's where we went. It was closer to go shopping, grocery shopping, and go to get food and stuff in a lot of ways to just travel 8 minutes to Idaho. Or if we went shopping in Washington, we'd have to travel 20 minutes. So he's going to use that as his reason. Another thing that I wanted to bring up was the leather sheath. Now, one of you guys said this in the comment section on my video on Friday, and man, it was such a good moment. I told y'all in that video Friday, if y'all didn't see it, you should go and watch it. And right around 16 minutes and 30 seconds in, something like that, I take you guys on a virtual tour through the house, and it really is interesting. So even if you don't care about what I say, Go watch the tour. It's worth it. But in that video, we talked about the sheath, and I told y'all that I believe that he planted it there. I do not think that he knew that he had a single speck of DNA. And I later have heard from different people that do forensics saying that a single speck of DNA can literally mean a single skin cell. If he accidentally left it there, there would be more than a single speck of DNA. It would be all over his hands. He would have stuck it in his pocket. In my opinion, I think he cleaned it and he left it there on purpose because it said United States Marine Corps on it, and he wanted people to think it was some sort of Marine. On top of that, because of the comment that I got, and it was like a light bulb that this could be it too, the fact that it was leather. We all know that Bryan is this, vegan that he says that he is, that he's such a strict OCD vegan that he will not even eat out of pans that have ever cooked meat in, which no shame to my vegans out there. You all know me and my family, we were plant-based and vegan for almost 4.5 years. So no shame in it. I'm just thinking about Bryan and his ways. But for him to leave a leather sheath there, he really wanted to throw people off the tracks that it was him. I think he planted that there. He did not expect for a single speck, which could have been a single skin cell of DNA, to be on that for them to track him back. And I've heard different defense attorneys speak and say, don't get too comfortable with that, because he could say it was stolen out of his car. He was there at a party. He dropped it out. I mean, the defense is going to try to poke holes in all of this. But what is also a good thing is the fact that this is not all the evidence. This is just the probable cause affidavit, and you better believe they've got more evidence than this. And the FBI is involved, and the FBI has like a 90-95% conviction rate. So we will see. And to wrap this up, I just want to say a lot of us are trying to make sense out of a senseless situation. We will never truly understand the mind of a person that will do this kind of thing unless you have the mind of a person that can do this kind of thing. A lot of us, we're questioning things, but wait a minute, this and that and blah, 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 blah. And why would we do this? And da, 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 da. I mean, people who have certain mind frames, you just can't put yourself in their shoes as much as you try. You can try to study patterns and behavioral tics and stuff like that. But we have to remember too, Ted Bundy, and no, Bryan is not Ted Bundy. However, Ted Bundy went into the sorority house and he took the lives of 4 students that were there, and he left 2. And I'm sure back then a lot of people questioned those 2 girls. They questioned them, the survivors. And there's plenty of interviews of them here on YouTube if you want to check them out. They forever had a hard time. And just like these 2 surviving young ladies will. And we will never be able to make sense of it because our brains don't operate like that. So what do you guys think? What do you think about him cleaning out his car? What do you think he thought the second time he got pulled over? They did not even run his ID. They looked at his ID and they gave it back to him both times. He knew they were surveilling him. And then for him to go out at 4 o'clock in the night, dressed in all black, with surgical gloves on, and distributing trash into the neighbors. Oh my, he really thinks he's smart. We're going to see though. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Other than that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Thank y'all so much for being here. I love you guys. See y'all in the next video. Thanks again, guys. Bye.